So excited to have you both here. I know we're a few episodes into the season, but what's it been like watching it back for you so far?
Wow, it's been amazing to film the show and watch it back along with everybody else. We actually, obviously lived it. I think it's amazing when we can watch it back because it gives us a different perspective of maybe things that you want to change within yourself or help with the relationship. So it's a form of therapy for me when I watch it back. So yeah.
Yeah, what have you learned about your relationship so far this season?
This season, you're going to see a lot of stuff, a lot of ups and downs. Georgie tends to have a little too many secrets. I love transparency in a relationship, and I think him showing his emotional side and vulnerability has been good and healthy for our relationship. So it's just, it's evolving in that sense. So hopefully it continues to happen.
Definitely. Georgie, how about you?
Well, I feel like when we go to Bulgaria, of course, it's interesting to see this was a lot of emotions because I haven't been there in 13 years. I haven't seen in this point my sister in 13 years. She have kids that I never meet them in person. They just know me in the phone. And do you know what I was touching when I meet them for my niece, right? For first time. She's like 10, I believe, 10, 11. She told me that her dream was to go to Paris and to meet me in person, and she already went to Paris.
Uncle George.
And in my mind was like, why need to be a dream to meet your uncle in person? So that's really touched me, but it's very emotional, very interesting in general to go by myself after 13 years in Bulgaria, especially when I bring in Darcey too. So. It's always interesting with Darcey when she's around.
It's not a good
Never a dull moment, right?
Yeah.
What was your relationship like with your family? What was your relationship like with his family before you met them?
Right.
Had you talked on the phone? Have they watched the show? Kind of give me a little bit of a backstory.
Yeah, I mean, Georgie and I have been, in a relationship for a while,
Right.
even though we've been engaged twice, makeup, breakup, but we're married now, and that, I've built a special bond with them. I message the mom on social media back and forth, so we have somewhat communication, and with the sister too. They've obviously seen my social media, so I feel like they have a sense of who I am if they don't know me that well. But I would see them on the phone on like FaceTime calls and stuff like that. Not all the time because I did a lot of his calls in private, but when I did have the opportunity to see them, blow them kisses, say I love them, and stuff like that. It wasn't like long conversations because there's translation barrier, but language barrier. But they're amazing family, amazing mom and dad. He's very blessed. So, yeah.
Definitely. I mean, what kind of emotions were you feeling going into this? I mean, we see you getting ready for the trip and, of all the anxiety that you have there so far.
Yes.
We have a little teaser where you see you kind of crying during the dinner. But before we get to that, what was your feeling kind of going into it?
So, honestly, there was so much mix of emotions. So that's why I was like, I just... In a way, I wanted space to just deal with my emotions.
Sure.
But it was like mix of emotions. I'm nervous to go there, first of all, because I haven't been there in 13 years. I don't know what to expect. Of course, new members in the family, my sister have kids, but also so many members from our family there pass away. So that's hard too. And when you go there, I know it's going to hit me as well. Also, I'm going with Darcey. And also another thing is, when I'm 13 years away from my parents, they have expectations from me, how my life was here in the United States. And of course, I don't want to disappoint them. And that's why I was nervous. I don't want for them to worry about me, how my life is going. Especially, when I'm bringing Darcey. That's why I don't like to involve them too much with our drama because they have their own problems in life.
Sure.
And of course, the language barrier, I always want her to be close to my parents, but language barrier is hard. And also, lately, I don't talk with them too much because the hours difference between Bulgaria and United States. When I'm free, they're busy or they're sleeping. When they're free, I'm sleeping or I'm busy. So it's like never a good time. Sometimes we just text to make sure we're okay, and that's it.
Yeah, Darcey said, and you said before that sometimes, Georgie was hiding things this season. Did it have anything to do with the anxiety that you were feeling going there? Is that part of it?
I feel like there's a lot of anxiety built up. He puts a lot of pressure on himself. I think, him, saying he wanted me to change to make sure, I'm the toned down version of myself, I think was because he had some anxiety about going. I'm always excited to meet family. I've been to Europe many times. I love it there. It's kind of feels like home whenever I go somewhere like that. My daughters are half Hungarian, so I've been around other cultures. So I don't think he ever had to have that feeling of anxiety because I wouldn't give a good first impression. I feel like I'm very personable and loving, and parents know of me enough to know that. But I wear my heart on my sleeve. I get emotional. I feel like maybe he had some anxiety built up about how he was going to be perceived, and I was the first woman that he brought back to his house, so that's a lot of pressure as well. So I get it, and it's always very touching for me, and it helps our relationship actually when he gets very emotional and vulnerable as well.
Definitely. Well, you said, we only get one shot at this, right?
Yep.
So then tell me, kind of walk me through what happened. Like I said before, we see you crying. It's a very emotional, probably like for you, like you said, it's been 13 years since you've sat down, broke bread together. So kind of tell me about this meeting.
Yeah, I mean, meeting his mom and dad was amazing. I think just the first initial time him seeing her, like it was all emotional. We all got emotional. I was able to help his mom cook dinner. And he was with his dad making wine outside. So they were bonding and we were bonding, and we communicated through an app and stuff, translator app. So it was fine, it was easy. But the dinner was emotional. I think there was a lot that was discussed and talked about prior, and I can't really hold back my emotions or tears, so it kind of came out maybe too soon for his taste. Not trying to make anyone uncomfortable or his family, but I think they understood where I was coming from, or at least I hope so. It was maybe a little awkward moment for everybody, but that's who I am as a person, and hopefully they just love me for who I am.
Yeah. Do you feel like there was misconceptions that you wanted to clear up when you got there, and what were they?
I didn't want them to think, even though I'm older than Georgi, obviously, I'm 50 and fabulous.
Yeah.
He's the only son in the family, I feel like maybe they see his life being a little different, but it's, they're also happy for him. So I don't know, it's hard to gauge to see what they would want for him, like for his future. Obviously I'm older, so I can't have any kids and stuff like that. So there's a lot of emotions going in and being there, but I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Definitely. Georgi, from your perspective.
Yeah, definitely I realized I put a lot of pressure on her, and my anxiety reflect on her, and I'm sorry about this, but I was nervous. I don't know how they're gonna, of course they're gonna accept me. I'm their family, but also I want them to see that I'm happy, and it was a lot of emotions. And also I know in Bulgaria we say we welcome you by how you dress. First impression is very important.
Sure.
We welcome you how you dress, and then let's say we say goodbye to you we judge you by your mindset. And that's why I wanted for her to make good impressions. And also I know when my mom, she see me for the first time, she's gonna be so emotional, and she's gonna make everybody crying.
Yeah, I'm sure. I can't imagine not seeing, my son or my family for 13 years. That's a long time. Yeah.
And Darcey, she made good impressions, or maybe not. I don't know. We will see.
Yeah, we will see.
I did.
You passed the dress code test.
I layered up. It was winter time anyway. There's a little fashion faux pas that happened.
Okay, all right. But you passed the test.
Yeah.
It seems like.
But after this was kind of, shocking. She started crying at the table as well, in the dinner table, and it was, after 13 years, we want to have good dinner. And
I didn't go in there wanting to cry. It's
or if your emotions get the best of you.
My emotions got the best of me, and I feel like I was in a comfortable enough space and place around his family to be able to be vulnerable and open in that moment. So maybe they can understand our dynamic and some of the issues that we're dealing with on sometimes a daily basis. So, family's there to love you and help you as well. So for me, you can't hold back my emotions.
It shows how much you care. Too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely. How did it change your relationship at all? Do you feel like it brought you closer together, that you had this newfound connection?
I mean, for me, I definitely feel like it's brought us closer together. I get to see a different side of Georgi in Bulgaria than the Georgi in America, the softer side, the vulnerable side. And I love that. It makes me feel safe and protected in the marriage and relationship. And, I respect him for that. And I feel like he, should feel like he's in a safe place to be able to open up to me like that too. So.
Yeah, when you home, you always feel comfortable and more vulnerable. And of course, in this trip was good for us because I've been working so much lately. We don't have time for each other. Even in a way, this was like our honeymoon.
Yeah, right. With your honeymoon,
which was kind of Yeah, we try to enjoy it.
Okay.
But also there was some things that happened in the end. That was very
Well, we're here
positive,
Right.
very
Okay.
positive. So, but
Okay.
we'll see how it's go.
Right.
You know, I don't want to say too much. But yeah, in the end, the trip didn't end very well.
Okay, so there's some bumps in the road ahead. Yeah, but you're here.
Yes, we're
so
here.
still together,
Yes.
still going strong.
Yeah, he's wearing it.
Still wearing the ring.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you travel with Darcey, always gonna be so many suitcases and drama, of course.
Drama,
Yeah,
of course.
he had a thing of not wearing his wedding band a lot
Right.
in Miami.
Okay.
But now he has the diamonds and he never takes it off.
It never
now.
takes it off. That is a ring. Yeah, you're not going to take that. You're not going to forget that.
Yeah.
What's your relationship like with his family now?
Oh, they're amazing. I love
Okay.
his family. They're beautiful. They're very fun-loving.
Mm-hmm.
We call his mom Queen Ginka. They just really open their home and their hearts for all of us, and just I can't wait to go back and see him.
Oh, good. That's great. Well, like you said, there are some bumps in the road. What kind of context can you give me around it? Obviously, like you said, we're standing here today. You're going to celebrate your 2-year wedding anniversary
Yes.
later on this year, but you know, there comes challenges sometimes.
Yeah, marriages, there's always challenges, and you know, we'll work through it. You know, we're a strong couple. At the end of the day, we love each other. You know, family is very important to us, and you know, there are some bumps. I think it's the lack of transparency and communication style. I think that we both need to work on that. You know, separately for ourselves and together. I think there's a lot of healing that still needs to be done for ourselves as individuals.
Okay.
And, you know, sometimes it comes out and get triggered for, you know, situations and problems in our marriage. But hopefully it's things that can be fixed.
Sure, yeah.
So,
And how do you fix it? Are you in couples therapy together?
yet.
Not yet. Okay.
not yet. Hoping for the best.
All right, hoping for the best.
Yes.
Well, I feel like probably the show, like you said, is
Yeah, it is
therapeutic,
like
and like
therapy.
you get to rewatch it and figure
Yes.
out what you want to do differently and what
Exactly.
you don't. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, like, go ahead. Sorry. I
Yeah,
didn't wanna cut you off.
definitely we need to work. Nobody's perfect in the relationship. We're not, and we're far away from being perfect.
Yeah.
We're trying to get better. We're still learning for each other what are things, how to deal with our emotions and how to deal with each other emotions. So it's very challenging, but we keep working on our relationship.
Was there ever a point during the season that you thought, like, oh, I don't know, maybe we're not going
Yes.
to make it? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's very dramatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you feel like you were able to see the other side?
It took a little bit of time.
Okay.
And, you know, we did have moments of communicating about it, but it's still not 100% like solved. But,
Okay.
you know, different issues keep popping up. But, you know, I feel like that definitely needs to be some healing. And at moments, our relationship sometimes feels like a trauma bond, and that's not always the healthiest thing. So I feel like there needs to be some healing to continue and go further.
And you feel like there is definitely a path forward, obviously.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
feel like that as well.
Yeah. I mean, we have strong connection. We have love to each other, and we just need to keep working on it.
Yeah, definitely. And like you said, 50 and Fabulous.
Yes,
You had a great
hello.
party.
I did.
What were you most looking forward to about entering this new chapter of your life?
Wow, definitely feel 50 and fabulous, and to embark on this journey, you know, as a twin as well.
Yeah.
I think we're embracing the best years of our lives. I'm loving life right now. I'm on this longevity journey. You know, I feel like at some point I might do a little make under.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
sometimes less is more. I don't know. It's just my mindset's different. I feel different. I feel, you know, happy and just excited for what the future holds.
Have you noticed a change?
Yeah, she do really dramatic make under, just changing her lashes.
Right, I know.
Bulgaria.
Have you kept? I was gonna say they still look good. They look great.
Yeah, they were nice, a little short than what I usually go,
Okay.
but they're natural and they're nice.
Yeah.
But today are just some glam strips.
I love it. So if you were to do a make under, what would you do?
Go smaller in the breasts.
Okay.
Go maybe like a size or two down towards the end of the year. We just came back from Turkey. Not too long ago, we did a brow lift.
Okay.
And loving the results.
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe at the end of the year, maybe head with Stacey and do a make under for
Okay.
the boobs.
For the
you-
boobs.
But you never know what the result's gonna be because you're gonna be, I'm gonna do make under, and then she's gonna come back with bigger boobs.
No, I wouldn't mind a little lift and go smaller because
Okay.
I feel like my clothes will fit nicer and different.
Sure.
You know, we're petite, so I feel like sometimes they're a little heavy and, you know, my back hurts.
Sure.
And, stuff like that.
And Stacey
So,
wants to do that as
yeah,
well.
we both decided on doing that when we were there last time. And actually, we just got back from Turkey and he had a little consultation.
Oh,
so
yeah? For what?
He wants to be the third one.
Well, I guess I hang out too much around them.
Yes.
So, you know, I'm getting older, so I work out every day, but it's hard to maintain this part here because everybody enjoy food.
Sure.
And we like foodies, we enjoy
Yeah,
our
we're
food
foodies.
all the time. So it's hard to maintain the abs when I'm getting older. So I was thinking to do 6 pack abs.
Yeah. Back abs.
Okay.
So I do a little consultation. So maybe in the fall, in the winter,
we could go
we're gonna
together.
go together
why
to
not?
surgery together. Why not?
Oh,
Like a
yeah. We could do that couple
For couple surgery. What does that entail?
Oh, she's got to do the 360 lipo, the doctor said, with ab etching. I just had that done not too long ago. And you wear like the faja compression garment for like 6 months. You got to get your drainage massages. I will warn you though, lipo tends to hurt in the J-plasma ab etching. The face never hurt, the boobs never hurt. But when we do the lipo and the J-plasma, it's more painful,
Is it?
the healing
Okay.
process. So
I guess I choose the harder one.
Yeah.
good luck.
Good luck. Is there anything that you've done that you've regretted?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything
embrace
that you
it.
still want to have done? Like you said, I know you want to do the make under, but is there anything else that you want to enhance?
I feel like on this longevity journey, kind of healing from a cellular level is kind of what I'm on this journey right now as well. I'm excited for that. And, maybe go smaller in the boobs, but, as I age, I'll kind of take it by storm and see what happens.
Sure.
Maybe do another little lift because it drops, it doesn't stay. So,
Yeah.
skin stretches. So I don't mind a lift or two.
Yes.
Well, I think you should slow down with this. She do surgery like people going to get haircuts, like I'm just gonna go get surgery. Like, enough is
Well,
enough.
what am I going to do when I'm too old? I can't go under? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but becoming more dangerous, more risk,
I take
when you
precautions.
I'm worried about,
Okay.
Well, you've always been very transparent about
Yes.
it. What do you think about this trend where all the other kind of celebs are being honest and open about exactly what they've been doing?
Yeah, I think it's amazing that other celebrities could be open and transparent and honest about their surgeries or what other paths they're going down to enhance whatever they need for themselves. As long as you want it for you and no one's pressuring you, then great, why not? More power to them and no shame in my game.
Definitely. You said it best this season that you and Stacey have a very love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
Where are we now? Are we on the love section? Are we in the hate section? Are we
Yeah.
somewhere in between?
Stacey and I will always have each other's back at the end of the day, and stay Silva strong. We love each other, but we do butt heads a lot. Easily trigger each other, but we're twins. We don't know any other bond, and there's good moments and bad moments. Right now, it's great. She's in Albania right now with Florian and enjoying that time with her husband. So it's nice to have space a little bit as well because we work together, we do things together, we live in Miami together. So
Yeah, it's definitely nice
Yeah.
to have space.
yeah.
Yes.
Because dating a twin is like,
Florian.
the
Right.
sister is always,
You're an extended relationship.
Yeah.
Almost. Yeah.
In point, I feel like, I'm the third wheel, or like she's the third wheel. I don't know.
We always do things together, the four of us, a lot of the time, especially in Miami. We go to events, we work together, and there's shows. And House of 11, Stacey and I, work together, and we do fun songs. We actually just dropped 2 new songs, so we're excited
Yeah.
for that.
Uh-huh.
And we just love doing fun stuff, but we do butt heads, but we get over it very quickly.
Sure. How often do you talk, would you say?
Like every day.
Every day still, yeah.
Every other day.
Okay. Yeah.
Just about. She's in Albania now, so I'll give her space.
Yeah.
I'll watch your stories.
So the four of you double date quite a bit?
Yeah, we go out to events and stuff when we're in
Okay.
Miami or New York or wherever we're traveling and stuff. We always do a lot of things together.
Right. I think you said before that like the dynamic between Stacey and Florian has shifted a bit.
A little bit, yeah.
What kind of can you say about that a little bit?
I mean, they're in Albania together, which is a good sign, but
Okay.
I feel like she just needs some answers right now in her relationship. And, I love her. I want her to have the best as well. I mean, obviously we have our issues, but I think they'll stay strong at the end of the day. But,
Is it
the dynamic
okay.
dynamic has changed a little bit
Yeah.
with them. So hopefully they can figure it out
is it
sooner
hard,
than later.
Is it hard seeing that as her sister?
Yeah, it's not easy because I'm, obviously her twin and I love her and I love Florian. He's like a brother to me. But he's definitely changed a bit.
Okay.
So we're trying to figure out what's going on. So, but I'll leave it for her to say.
Sure. You feel like the relationship
Yeah.
is salvageable though.
I do.
You do. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you feel like Last Resort helped a lot?
It did. Actually, it was going really, really great for a while. He, just got a job. He works in Connecticut. So, I think that kind of changed the dynamic a little bit. So, we're in between places right now. And I think she feels a little in between the relationship. Not quite sure,
Yeah.
how it's going.
Maybe help, maybe not. The last resort, maybe help, maybe
Yeah,
not.
I did. I
because
think it
after
did for a while, but the dynamic has changed. So it's new for her.
Okay.
and she has a lot of questions, and he's not the type of guy to give a lot of answers.
Right.
You both are kind of like that. I kind of feel like they flip flop. Now Florian's like Georgie, and Georgie's like Florian.
Okay. All right.
Weird twinning thing. I don't know.
Must be. Well, hopefully everybody figures it out. You know, as we like you said before, you know, we're still waiting to see the meeting with the family and everything like that. But there's going to be highs, there's going to be lows. What is that moment that you can't wait for everybody to see this season?
Wow, definitely the highs, the amazing moments with his family. You get to see my family, and wow, because kind of in a surprise little event, and yeah, just enjoying this journey and enjoying being a part of it, and feels like a blessing to be able to share our lives with the world, because hopefully it can help someone one day.
Definitely. How are your kids doing?
They're amazing.
They're good. Yeah.
Yes, they're in college now. All of them. Stacey has 2 boys, I have 2 girls. They're all in college in different states. Aspen's at UConn. Annika lives in New York City now.
Okay. Oh, good.
And they're doing amazing.
That's
Thank you
great.
for asking.
Yeah. Do they tune in every week? What do they
we
make
watch
of it?
We watch it together. We're in Connecticut visiting family, so we watch it last couple Sundays. And yeah, they're like, oh, Mom, not again.
How has your relationship evolved with them over the years?
With the kids?
Yeah.
I love them. They're very sweet, nice kids, smart kids. They're in a point where, you know, they're in college, they're getting older, they want to spend time more with friends, and, you know, but it's good because now we have time for each other more.
Yeah.
But I'm always there for them.
They're good with them. You know, sometimes they get a little disappointed and want me to have, you know, I guess a little bit more than what I'm getting sometimes in the relationship. They'll always have my back at the end of the day, but you know, he's a good stepdad, so I don't want to knock him for that. He's there for them when they need.
Definitely.
You know, it isn't like call them every day, but you know, they're close enough where they, you know, I feel like they're friendly.
Sure. They have a good relationship.
Yeah, good relationship.
Yeah, because my age is kind of cool. I'm between.
Great.
Right. Yeah.
Lady here.
Sometimes I understand them better.
Sure. Yeah. You understand the lingo and things like that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What am I? Gen Z? They're Gen Z or whatever.
Hey,
I don't know.
Don't get there, I guess.
I don't know.